This is the Wisekrakrbusiness, and today we're going to talk about the Inaros. And if you want to know how to get the new Inaros, on the right hand side of the screen there is a video about the quest I did to get this new Warframe, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to know, click on it. So when we do the quest, we get all the blueprint parts, and the blueprint parts are called Protector, because in the lore of the Inaros, it was a protector of a whole other world, ladies and gentlemen. It was known all over the universe, and now we have it too. We got all the parts, we got the blueprint itself, and now it's building, and now it's done. And here is the build with a lot of power duration and power strength. But maybe more importantly, we got a lot of health, ladies and gentlemen, with vitality, of course. And we got the rage mod equipped. And with the rage mod, every time somebody steals our health by shooting us in the face, we get energy back. And we need that because we don't have a lot of power energy in this build. And with that rage mod, you also need the life strike mod in your melee weapon. And that is very important, ladies and gentlemen, because that way you can never lose. With desiccation, you blast sand in your enemy's eyes. They get staggered and blinded. And now you have time to finish them off with your melee weapon. And when you do this, you get some health back. But there is also damage over time from the sand you put in your enemy's eyes. And all that damage is converted back to Inaros as health. But if you want to blind them, you need to hit them with the sand from the front. Damage and damage over time, and the healing effect is affected by the power strength. And of course the stun duration is affected by power duration. And since his build also has quite some range, large groups of enemies can be blinded with just one desiccation. And as I said, once your enemies are blinded or staggered, you can use melee finishers to kill them all. The second ability is called Devour, and this is where you pull your enemy towards you and trap them into quicksand. And as you are devouring them, you steal their health, and after they die, they create a friendly sand shadow. To devour your enemies, you have to hold down the interact key. That is the key you use to activate your abilities. The damage you do and the health you get is affected by power strength. And the quicksand duration is affected by power duration. So you drown your enemies in quicksand, you are devouring them, getting some health back, and they cannot attack you. And after a while, you even create a sand clone. And you can use this ability till the sun goes down because it does not use any energy. With Devour, you can also pull your enemies towards you, and when they are in front of your feet, you can start devouring them. And the time you take to fully devour them is the time they will spend being a sand clone of the enemy you have devoured. Third ability is called Sandstorm, where you become a whirling spiral of sand that sends your enemies flying and devour those who are trapped in quicksand. So basically, the Inaros starts twirling around, lifting up enemies, flinging them all over the place, and making it very easy for you to get some breathing space. Energy per second is affected by both power efficiency and power duration, while the damage you do is affected by power strength. If the Sandstorm kills an enemy that is on the effects of Devour, a sand shadow will be created, which is a clone of the enemy killed. You have to be careful because enemies can still damage you while you do the Sandstorm move. And now the ultimate ability called Scarab Swarm. And this is where you use scarabs to convert health into scarab armor. And this will increase your base armor to 100%. To charge the ability, you need to hold down the ability key. To fully charge your Scarab Swarm, you lose 2900 health. So after that, you're quite vulnerable. But when large groups of enemies are trying to attack you, you just push that ability button one more time, and now all those enemies are stuck by your Scarab Swarm. And while they are stuck, you deal corrosive damage over time. And any damage per second dealt is given back as health to your allies within range. Healing and damage per second is affected by power strength, but the time they are stuck in this Scarab swarm is affected by power duration. So to charge this ability, you use your health and no power energy. But every time you use the second attack so that your enemies get stuck, this is where you do use power energy. So basically with this ultimate ability you create armor, but if you don't need it, just use it on your enemies. Now they're stuck and use your melee weapon to get all that health back. So ladies and gentlemen, this Warframe also has a great ability while he is dying. So while you are bleeding out, just point that little eye towards an enemy and you steal their health. And after a while, you can pop back to life, ladies and gentlemen. So you don't even need allies to revive you anymore. You just die, steal health from your enemies by pointing at them. That's the only thing you need to do. And after a while, you just pop back up so you can take your revenge. There might come a day that you don't have enough bolitos, so you use your Devour ability to tether your enemies towards you and pull them over the edge. And that is how you kill the Wisekrakrbusiness way. So ladies and gentlemen, while you are doing defense missions or survival missions and you are at a door, it is very handy to use your Scarab swarm to put your enemies right on that spot and just go nuts on them with all your allies and of course your own weapons. And if you lose any health, just pull an enemy out of that group and start devouring them. And maybe you get a sand clone to help you out. So as you can see, this new Warframe is great as support. You can help your allies get some health back. It can help your allies by using sand clones. It can help your allies by just putting enemies right at that place, and you can finish them off with some melee skills. So again, ladies and gentlemen, use your sand to blind your enemies. Kill them with your melee skills. Get health back. You can use your Scarab swarm to put them all in their place. And you can use your Sandstorm to fling them all about. While they are blinded or staggered, use your melee finishers to get health back. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. Check me out on all my other ones, and I hope to see you there. And until then, adios. So, once you put a spore on an enemy, it will deal damage for 27 seconds. And popping that spore will deal toxin damage to all the other enemies surrounding him. And you will have 100% status chance for viral and toxin effects. You can even bypass certain shields or even doors and other obstructions. The second ability is called Mold, and this is where